Happy New Year. It's Veganuary day 1. So I'm doing everything I eat in a day to show you what it's like to live a day as a vegan. Start off with some tea and peanut butter. A brand new one that I have clipped here because it took me way too long to stir. And I also had this really good St. Dalfour jam that I put on the other side. So some days it's just sourdough toast with peanut butter and jam. All vegan, of course. If you have access to the St. Dalfour jam, it's amazing. I recommend that you try it. And a tip for storing peanut butter to make sure it doesn't clump in the fridge, store it upside down. It says so right on the jar. It's not my advice, it's Kraft's advice. But put on the jar tightly and then store it upside down and you won't have to worry about it. Later on, I had fika with some Biscoff biscuits and espresso. And then for lunch, I did a spread. I've been obsessed with these lately. Breadsticks, dried mango, some everything nuts. That cheese is just some BioLife cheese that I got in a spread from them. It was a box that it came with a variety of different cheeses. These are some lemon stuffed olives from Trader Joe's and some sour pickled onions from No Frills. And these are hot and sweet jalapenos, so good, from Trader Joe's if you have access to one. And this is the Renegade sausage that I've been eating. If you've been following my Instagram, you've seen it a bunch of times. It does make your fingers turn different colors. So be warned, you are going to need to wash your hands. And then some Salt Spring Kitchen Company chutney. Then we watched the darts for a little bit. And then for dinner, I made a French onion soup. It's It's January 1st. I thought it would be a good way to start the new year because clearly my brain's not all there yet. And I also had this Better Than Bouillon onion soup base that I wanted to try out and see how it turned out as opposed to using like a vegan chicken broth. You need, for this recipe, it's 800 grams of sliced onions, 3 tablespoons of butter, and salt and pepper, and then you caramelize those until they go nice and brown. Make sure you're scraping off the fond, and then you need 4 small cloves of garlic or 2 large ones, depending on what you have, and then a heaping tablespoon of flour that after 45 minutes, when it's all caramelized, you mix in the flour, you cook it in, and then you're going to add to that 8 cups of broth. Make sure you get everything in there, and then I got some fresh thyme from my garden. You throw it in the pot, you bring it to a boil, and then you turn it down to a little rapid bubble. Set timer 45 minutes.
45 minutes, counting down.
While I was waiting for that, I got a little hungry, so I did some bread and olive oil and balsamic. And then it was finally time for the soup. Oh, French onion, one of my favorites. And that's day 1.
So good.